There is zero truth to the charge, Congressman Pascrell, that Israel denied food, medicine, or humanitarian supplies to the people of Gaza. The only person saying that is you. The United Nations, not exactly a great bastion of pro-Israel sentiment, said that the blockade was completely legal by international norms. You have no proof whatsoever, aside from that letter, that vicious letter, falsely and fraudulently accusing Israel of denying those supplies. And I regret that you repeated that slander here in a synagogue to a Jewish audience when there is absolutely zero proof. Israel, my friends, is a nation of the highest morality. Israel is a nation of the highest humanitarian principles. When it fights its deadly enemies, and by the way, terrorists have no dignity, Hamas and those who target women and children for murder have erased the countenance of God from their visage. The Taliban who shot a 14-year-old girl in Pakistan because she wants to get an education, they have no dignity. And we must take a hard line on terrorism wherever it exists. Now, Congressman Pascrell, you say that you will not renounce anybody. You just renounced Chester Grabowski throughout the local media when you found out that he was a classic Holocaust-denying anti-Semite. And I repeat, I said to Imam Kazanani, I want you all to know, I had Imam Kazanani, I had a very pleasant conversation with him, and I said that he was the first person I called when I won the Republican primary. I said to Imam Kazanani, I will personally become, and I say now in front of all the members of the media that are here, an even bigger supporter of yours to remain here in the United States under one condition, and it's a simple condition. Get up and renounce Hamas and call it an abomination to Islam, which is a religion of peace and a great world religion. That's all it takes. Renounce your previous ties. Because, my friends, Kazanani continues to make speeches till this very day. He might tell Congressman Pascrell something in English. In Arabic, he says to his congregation that Israel is the worst thing ever to happen to the world, and he says that we should renounce our First Amendment, and we should replace it with Sharia, and that people should be criminalized for criticizing Islam, and that was a week ago in the national media. That's not what America needs.
Just so you know, Rabbi raised the Grabowski question. I'm going to give the Congressman about 10 or 15 seconds just to respond very briefly on that, and then we can move to another topic. And by the way, Iran will be the subject of a separate question, so you don't have to focus on that.
The implication of my character and integrity I find appalling. I have never, ever, ever entertained any sort of anti-Semitism, ever. To try to connect us and throw red flags up to me, I would have other words for that. That was not the Chester Grabowski that I knew, and I think that's what I said. And that is why I withdrew my support at that point. Period. Anti-Semitism has no place anywhere, regardless here or over the sea, or across the sea. I am telling you this. We're running for the Congress of the United States of America. Not only does our votes have consequences, our voice have consequences. You either make matters better or you make them worse. And I'm saying to you, I'm looking into each of your eyes, all of the audience, and saying to you, there is nothing in my record which would implicate me. I was a member of the Homeland Security. Why would I try to cover up for Imam? Why? Thank you.
Go ahead.
Please, Congressman, let's not bring up non-sequiturs. To say that anyone, God forbid, ever insinuated even a scintilla, a particle, a molecule, or an iota of anti-Semitism against you is absurd, at least categorically. I don't believe that Congressman Pascrell has a bigoted particle in his entire body. I think I think that he is a man with an open heart and a dedicated public servant. The allegation, rather, is that you are pandering to constituencies for votes and being prepared to overlook things that dare not be overlooked. The allegation is that you have become not 100% New Jersey fighter, as you always say, but 100% Washington politician. You are now in the game of pandering. So go to Katanani, even if it means perhaps losing some power votes. They gave you something like 90% of the votes against Hoffman. God bless them. I'm trying very hard in that community because I feel national. But I have to tell you, you need to call Katanani on his statements today against Israel. Thank you.
We do have to move on, but I think the next question is going to give each candidate the opportunity, if they so desire, to continue on the topic. Because the next question, and it is your turn to go first, deals with the redistricting, which has changed the demographics of the district that you represent and that you seek to represent. And the question is, how do you plan on responding to the increased diversity among the constituents of this newly defined congressional district?
Well, let me say this. As a congressman for 20 towns, I'm going to be quite diligent in representing both the 27 towns in Bergen County and the 2 towns, 1 town and a half in Hudson County. And I think the proof of the pudding is not my words, but my actions. And goes to Essex County, where I lost all those 11 towns. In the 5 towns I lost in my own county of Passaic. Everybody was treated equally, everybody was treated fairly. And there isn't a constituent that I know that came to our office that was ever turned away or we did not respond to in a positive way. Because you can make all the pontifications you want. It's the day-to-day problems that people face that a congressman, a congressperson has to represent and respond to. Not simply say, it's not my job, or not simply say you're in the wrong office, then find the right office. Every part of my life, before I was a congressman, dealt with constituent services and legislation that would help those constituents. Most of my legislation is bipartisan. And so we don't have to stand up and pound our chest about this. The record is the record, and I'm very, very proud of it. We will have an office, God willing, if I'm elected, in Bergen County as well. Right now we don't, because I don't represent Bergen County until January when we get sworn in. So I will definitely have an office here. Where it will be, I don't know. I haven't decided that yet. We're looking as we speak, and we will find something that is convenient to everybody. But I will be visible. You will never hear me go back and, rather than me say, go back to the constituents in Essex County. They saw me enough. And some woman who saw me about 3 weeks ago said, he's sometimes just sick of seeing me. I'm out there every day doing my job. And when some people say they don't see me, I'm sorry, I didn't really want to tell you where my schedule would be that day. I'm all over this district. I took 1 day off. 1 day off in the last 2 months. And that was for a personal matter. So you will know who I am, and I'm getting to know every town in Bergen County. That's my responsibility. I'm not doing them any favor. That's my responsibility, to be available to people. That's the life of a congressman. We are not running for conciliati. We are running for Congress. And there are particular responsibilities to that. And I thank you for myself and you, because the burden has been nothing but courteous to me. Thank you very much.
People of the 9th District of New Jersey are as beautiful as they come. They are the perfect tapestry of the most diverse America. 20% of our district is Asian Korean, people who have escaped, many of them from North Korea, where over the past few years, 3.5 million people were starved to death by Kim Jong-il and now by his son. 20% are Jewish in the Jewish communities. About 10%